welcome to our cooking show today. My name is Emmeline and we're going to make a eggplant curry without water, without oil, and we're going to make some noodles, black rice noodles without water or as little water as possible and without oil as well. And as you can see, we've got beautiful colors already. We've got some reds, oranges, greens, yellow, onions, garlics. We have fresh tomatoes. We have silver beets. We have a mix of parsley and basil. And we've got garlic infused oil. So we've got just 100% pureed tomatoes in case our tomatoes is not enough. This is 100% optional. You don't have to use them if you don't need to, and you can never go wrong with a little bit of olive oil as well, which is really good. So we've got some eggplant curry. That's what we're going to use for curry, and we're going to make the curry using absolutely no water at all. Usually when you make curry, you will need a little bit of water, but we're going to use the skillet and the stove top as well to make all these ingredients. So let us begin. So we're going to begin to make the curry and the eggplant curry, and we've got everything already chopped up. We've got the tomatoes, the fresh tomatoes here, and so we just simply, first of all, I'll show you so that you may believe me that we have no oil in here. So there is no oil, and we're just going to put the tomatoes in there, just like so. So it was a little bit warm already. And then now we're going to add the eggplant that we have already chopped and washed, of course, just like so. We need a spoon. Is it ready to? Gonna put that in there. And next we're going to use some of our capsicums already. This capsicum actually has really high vitamin C compared to the rest of the colors. So it's always important to eat colors, but obviously we eat with our eyes as well. So we're going to add a bit of the green capsicum, and we're going to add a bit of the orange as well, and a bit of the yellow as well. We do have a little bit more eggplant underneath here, and we're going to have some onions in there as well. But like I said, we're going to try and eat as many colors as we can, because one nutrient is not in just one food. So different nutrients you find in different food colors. That's why it's important to eat different colors. So that's that, and we're just going to cover it. We're going to cook our second dish, and we're going to use black rice noodles, because sometimes some people are intolerant to gluten. So if you can't find or wholemeal noodles, or if you're intolerant, you can use black rice, because this actually has a lot of high fiber as well, which is really good. Now we're going to use it without oil, without water in the beginning, and to make sure that obviously our noodles do not burn, we're going to begin by having the silver beets at the very bottom of our skillet, so that way we can have the noodles cooking. So I may show you, there is no oil again, so you can believe it. And we're just going to put that in there. Now at the moment our temperature is on 75 degrees on the skillet. That's not too hot compared to your usual temperature. And we're just going to move this and try to add some of our chopped ingredients, just a little bit, but we're going to add the rest of it later on. So what we're trying to do is to create moisture, because there's no water in there so far. And because the way the lids seal up on these cookware, it just seals up all the moisture instead of it escaping, so that way we can have some moisture building into this skillet. And now I'm going to add some of my noodles. And here we are. Now I'm just going to move the temperature again, just going to put it to about 150. At the moment we're making 2 dishes in total. Usually it's difficult to make 2 dishes in a very short time. So we're just going to check on our curry because we don't have oil, we don't have any water. It could burn, so it's a good idea to keep an eye on it. Okay, this is our progress so far of our curry. As you can see, there's already moisture in here. And that's why we don't need to add any more water to destroy more of the nutrients. I'm touching the handles already. Usually with normal pots, if you touch it, you'd burn. But as you can see, I don't need an oven mitt. And our tomatoes has already began to cook. As I was saying, the moisture is already in the food. That's why we don't need to add the water, because of the way these pots seal when you cover. Just like so. So there is nothing that is escaping. That's why we don't need to add water. Now there's a valve that is making noise here. That means the food has reached to about more than 80 temperature. So, but not to worry, it's just spinach that's in there, silver bits. So far it's good. As you can see, some of our spinach have already began to cook and to shrink. Now, like I said, we're going to use 0 to minimal water. So if it was a normal pot, this would have been already black, jet black. But we're going to just add just a slightly little bit of water, simply because this is rice noodle, not wheat noodles. So rice, we all know you can't cook rice without water, even if you've got vegetables in there. So for this reason, we're just going to add a little bit of water. Usually when we cook black rice or brown rice, you need so much more than just 1 cup of water. So we're just going to add that 1 cup of water. You may not be able to see it, but we don't have anything sticking over here at the moment. Just gonna check on our curry again. So basically this is our curry, but we're just going to add some parsley and basil as well into our curry. So I'm just going to use another little big spoon, add into that. Trying to keep it aseptic. Septic technique right here, not touch technique. Now we're just going to add, just to finish, because we're finishing this dish already, our first dish, we're going to add our garlic olive oil infused. So again, we're adding our garlic infused olive oil. And the reason why I love to eat this is because it's full of many health benefits. It's actually medicinal. So if people are struggling, with fighting, various infections, and you've got this at home, you can quickly eat it raw or have a little bit of olive oil as well, and it actually helps with a lot of things, colds, etc. And even if you have like a yeast infection on your feet or anything like that. So this is actually medicinal. So we're just going to add this to enhance even more flavor. But as you can see, this is already a curry that I can put into something or eat already. But I'm just gonna add this to our curry. And most people know you can never go wrong with having a bit of garlic in your food and a little bit of a touch of olive oil. Obviously we don't cook with olive oil because it doesn't have as high smoking point, but we're cooking our food on a very low temperature. To enhance our flavor again, we're going to add our fresh organic basically tomato puree, and we're just gonna add that into our curry just to enhance the color of our curry, because we eat with our eyes first, then with our nose, then with our mouth. So food must look good, it must smell good, and it must taste good. Most of the time we eat this dish in Africa. I'm especially from the east part of Africa, and we don't so much use a lot of additives into our cooking. Nothing with sugar, nothing with any acid or anything. I'm going to add a pinch or 2 of Celtic salt. Some people call it Celtic salt. The reason why I love this salt is because of its health benefits. So every single time we eat something, it's for the health. We should be eating for health, not just for pleasure. And of course food must taste good as well. This salt tastes so good compared to your normal table salt, and also has a lot of health properties. If you have a lot of fluid retention, you can actually use Celtic salt. Again, feel free to go on any scientific journal to research this to find out the benefits of Celtic salt. So I'm gonna add 1 pinch, and that's enough for me. So that's that, and this basically just finalizes our curry. You can add the remainder of our chopped ingredients to garnish it, but for me, I like to add just a little bit of fresh basil and fresh parsley in there, just to give it an extra look and just the finished look as well. And that's our curry done, and I'm gonna turn that off. Yep. And now we're just going to turn here and have a look at our pasta to see the progress thereof. So I'm gonna add a little bit of tomatoes, extra tomatoes in here. Now, if you wanted to have a look what I was saying before, this is organic pasta tomatoes. It's hand harvested and then just straight away put into the tomatoes. So into the jar, I'm just gonna add that, but as much as you want really into your pasta. Just going to add again our garlic. Now to garnish the rest of our black rice pasta or noodles, I'm just gonna add the remainder so that we waste absolutely nothing. So we can also have that crunchiness in our pasta. And then we're just gonna let this simmer, and it looks absolutely beautiful. Wouldn't you agree? And just to garnish it up as well, we're just going to add the remainder of the basil and the parsley as well. I'm just gonna simmer this, and everyone have different ways of serving their dishes. I love to serve mine with a vegan cheese sauce, which I'm gonna show you, because I'm basically plant-based diet. I'm on a plant-based diet, been on it for years, and I don't do any dairy, so I'm just going to serve it with the nutritional yeast flake flavored cheese sauce, and it's already pre-made because I don't have a bullet here, but basically this is what's made out of just cashews that have been soaked. You can soak them overnight, or you can soak them for just an hour if you're in a hurry, and you just mix that with a little bit of lemon. You mix that also with a bit of salt, some liquid, and you also just add a bit of nutritional yeast flakes, and there is your sauce. So that's what we're going to serve the pasta with. And so once that we lower the temperature, because our food is basically done, so we're going to lower it to basically just 75 will do, and within about 5 minutes or so, our food is basically done and we can serve it. Thank you very much for watching our cooking today. We made 2 recipes in less than half an hour. So we made the curry and we also made the pasta in about 20 minutes. So the basic cookware that we used today was an 11-inch skillet and the electric skillet. So they're both the same. The only difference is one is on the stove top, the other one is electric. So they both did a great job in just cooking food basically without oil at all. 0 to minimal water in here. Thank you. The other thing that I just want to let you know is if you want more information on healthy food, healthy cooking, you can find in all of these books that are displayed here. My favorite book is this one. It just shows you the blueprint to health and how you can actually maintain a good healthy lifestyle as well. And we do know that the most common lifestyle diseases in Australia include diabetes, and one of the biggest one. How can you maintain your blood sugar levels with the food that you eat? Also, we do have a cookbook called Simple, Tasty, Good. It's a book that has very simple recipes that you can make at home as well, including desserts that are sugar-free. plants that heal, foods that heal, and of course enjoy it. There's a historical book called The Great Controversy if ever you're wanting to know about history, because history always tells us our present and also determines our future as well. So that was it today. Thank you so much for watching Saladmaster cooking class today. Again, that was all for today. Thank you very much.